have some fries here. Give me company because who doesn't like McDonald's fries? Not sponsored. Wish it was, but it's not. Okay, let's try this again. I want to sit down today and talk a little bit about my journey, and that's like a very broad topic. Oh, I gotta take my scrunchie off. I'm gonna be talking with my hands a lot. I know that seems like a really broad topic, but this past Sunday, so almost a week ago, was my 1 year in business sort of anniversary. And I feel really bad because honestly I forgot about it. I had been waiting and waiting for so long for that one day to come so I could kind of like officially think back to a year ago and talk about stuff like that. And then it came and then it went and I didn't think about it until yesterday. And I was like, oh, that happened and it's done. So basically, I just want to talk about how this year has gone, what I've learned, what struggles I've gone through, because trust me, I've gone through a lot. And I'm still struggling with stuff even now, a year later. It's not easy. So yeah, let's just get right into it. February 2nd, 2018, I took a chance on myself. I believed in myself enough to jump into something that I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to start it, how to be successful. Basically, I knew how to take good pictures and that was it. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a photographer. Hello, my name's Lindsay. Guess I should have started with that. And I stutter a lot when I get nervous. A year ago, I started this crazy journey. And it's taught me a lot. It's taught me how to be patient, how to work hard, just a ridiculously long list of things that I've learned. And it's also been extremely challenging and really, really difficult, to say the least. Like, there are some days where I feel like I'm doing so good in my business and I'm so successful and I'm doing everything that I wanted to do. And then there are other days where I feel like a complete failure. I feel like nobody likes what I'm doing. I feel like I'm just putting things out to the world and nobody sees it. A whole bunch of negative stuff. And more often than not, it is the more negative thoughts that I think about rather than the positive ones. And I feel like that's hard for anybody, no matter what you do, to be your own cheerleader and be positive in your life and think about all the good things you have going, not just focusing on the really bad or the frustrating or the negative. So that's one thing that, you know, I'm still working on and probably will always be working on, that and patience, because oh man, my patience is just awful. So, you know, today looking back on the year of business that I've had, I see a huge amount of growth that I've had, not just in learning how to run a business, but, you know, also my personal journey. I've learned a lot about myself, what I can do, what I can't do so well, because not everybody's perfect. I've learned a lot about photography in a general sense. I've had a couple people who have been just game changers for me that have really taught me a lot about the art of photography and the art and the skill that you have to actually run a business. Because when you start thinking, oh yeah, I want to run a business because I love doing this, you think about the activity or the skill that you love to do. You don't think about all the back end crap that you have to do to actually make it a successful business. And oh my god. It's so much stuff. It is so much stuff that I had to learn so fast. It's ridiculous. Another thing that I think about when I, look over the year as a whole and I think about growth, I see my editing style that has changed so much. So when I very first started, I was still using like the basics window in Lightroom. So not really using too many of like the different colors or split toning or using a lot of tone curves. Like I didn't venture past the first little area right there. And once I bought my first preset pack, which was from Don Charles. They're called DC presets. They're really good. For the first couple of months that I bought those, I didn't change anything about them because they were pictures that I took that I had never been able to edit and have them look like that. So I just, let them be there, and I didn't really do much of any tweaking. And then I started experimenting a little bit more. I gravitated more towards warmer tones and less desaturation. I wanted a lot of like punches of color, and I wanted colors to be true to how they are in real life. And I'm still figuring out really what my editing style is, how I want to edit all my pictures. I feel like I'm finding my way a lot better than I was a year ago, but it's still evolving, even like today. A couple weeks ago, I decided that I wanted to incorporate more greens and yellows into my pictures, and so they're starting to look a little different there. And that's just, I feel like, gonna always be evolving and changing with my experience and what I like and everything that has to do with that. Editing style for a photographer is extremely personal. It is something that we struggle with all the time. We spend hours on hours trying to get the right settings to make our edits cohesive through all different lighting situations and everything under the sun you can think of. Everything has to be tweaked so everything looks cohesive and complementary of each other, and it flows really nicely with a whole bunch of different pictures. And that's something that takes a lot of time, especially when you're doing a big wedding gallery and you take a butt ton of pictures, which that's me. I'm guilty of taking way too many pictures, but then, my brides love the fact that I give them a crap ton amount of pictures, so that's okay. But when you have this huge gallery, you have to make sure that every picture is perfect and every picture is edited just like the previous one. You don't want one picture to stick out like a sore thumb and have it look different from the rest of them. No, that's not good. It's a really personal journey that photographers go on to find their editing style. And it's a lot of stress and heartache and experimenting. And so I'm still on that journey, and I'm still trying to find my specific style. I feel like I'm getting closer to it. Not quite there yet. And it's also really frustrating. I didn't expect to really get very personal, but I'm gonna get a little personal. I'm gonna get real. Right now, I am struggling so hard with the fact that I'm not booking as many people as I wanted to be booking around this time of the year. And part of me thinks that it's the way I'm editing my pictures and people aren't liking them. Part of me thinks that I'm not getting in front of the right people, I'm not marketing enough, all that stuff. And I want to market more, but I don't have the money for that. It's a lot of stress that's happening right now, and I don't enjoy it. I don't understand why I'm not booking the amount of people that I want to be booking, but I'm just gonna keep chugging along, keep my head down, focus on me, and what comes will come. What doesn't come wasn't meant to come to me. I'm just gonna try and have that mindset. I don't think that's really gonna, be all day, every day. That's how I think. But for right now, I'm gonna force myself to think that way until I start actually thinking that way. Fake it till you make it, Poster child for that saying. This is a pretty big moment. It's a year from starting my business, from taking this chance. I don't know. I don't feel like this is as big as a anniversary for me as my first paid session was, and that's in a couple of months. So I might as well talk about that for a couple minutes. April 2nd, 2018, I had my first paid couple session, and that was a big deal. A big deal. It was the first time that somebody asked me to take their pictures and expected to pay me for them, not just me asking them, hey, can I get some money for this? No, she asked me, oh, how much is it? Because I really want you to take our couples pictures. So it was a 1-2 year anniversary, something like that. And it was hands down the best session that I think I will ever have. And you know, I've learned a lot more about conducting myself during photo shoots and how to pose and prompt my couple so it's not awkward and it feels very carefree and fun and you're actually having a good time and it's natural looking. I've worked really hard to kind of hone in on that skill. And when I did this session a year ago, I had no idea what I was doing. It was my first time putting all of this new information that I had learned in a couple of months to actual practice in real life. I was nervous. I don't think that I've ever been so nervous as I was during that session, like the whole time, because I felt like like an amateur, or I felt like a fraud almost, because I was faking all of this knowledge that I had and like all this experience that I had, and I really didn't have that much. But it was fun. The pictures, like even to this day, I feel confident, you know, editing them how I edit now, but I feel confident sharing them because they're gorgeous and they're fun and they had the best time. They were the best couple, by the way, as well. Because we went to Vantage, and if you've never been there, it's the same place as the Iron Horse or Wild Horse Monument in Eastern Washington, and it's on basically the cliff edge of the Columbia River. So that's like a huge wind tunnel. Wow, it was so windy. I got the wind knocked out of me and I could barely breathe like twice during that whole session. Oh, it was ridiculous, but it was so beautiful and so much fun, and they were just such a great pair of people. You guys know who you are. Isabel and Peyton, you are my favorite. I love you guys. But yeah, like that was my first paid really big session. And as I was driving home, because it was about like 4 hours to get home from there because I'm on the other side of the mountains. As I was driving home, I will never forget this. It's so cheesy. It really is. I know that it's really cheesy, but I'm gonna gush you out anyways. I will never forget driving home, and I was driving into the sunset, no joke, for like hours because I was basically just riding the sunset home, so it never really got dark. I was driving into the sunset. I was playing the most uplifting, just make you feel good music, and I was like half crying, half smiling because I was just like in this moment of pure bliss where I had this overwhelming feeling, this is what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing with your life for as long as you can. And I've never really had that feeling before. I've always been the person who didn't know what she wanted to do, didn't know what she was going to be doing in a couple of months. I just kind of went day to day, side hustle after side hustle. Like, I didn't have a set career plan for myself, ever. I always had this sense of feeling lost. And it is very frustrating to feel like that all the time. If you are in that awkward phase in your life, that weird spot where you have to figure stuff out and you really don't know which direction to go in, hello, nice to meet you, I was there. I still kind of am, but I have a little bit more guidance. But I know how sucky that feels, like how bad it feels to have everybody in your life ask what you want to do for yourself, what career path do you want to do, like what are your plans for your life? Literally the worst question ever. I hate that question. Because I would always say, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. And that was the first time where I had affirmation in myself, this confirmation that this is the path that is meant for me. And I was so, so happy after that session. So when that comes around, I know that I'm going to be a little emotional, just because that was really, really cool. Also, the friends that I've made through doing this is crazy. I've made a couple of really good friends through Instagram from photography, and who are also photographers, which is really cool. We have that thing in common, which is actually really cool. I've never had a photographer friend before, so they're neat people. I just wanted to chit chat and, you know, kind of acknowledge that a year has passed since I've started this. It hasn't always been easy at all. There have been multiple times where I've second-guessed myself, where I've doubted that I have what it takes to make it as a successful photographer or business owner or whatever. And like, that's not months ago I was feeling this. Like yesterday I felt like I was doing a bad job. And then today I saw somebody comment on one of my pictures saying that it was the coolest thing ever. Like, oh my god, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. No, it was the coolest thing ever. This morning I woke up to a comment on one of my pictures from another photographer that, you know, she said that I inspired her and that, you know, I was doing really good, and that's exactly what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. And I don't think she'll realize how much that meant to me and how big a deal that did for my life, if that makes any sense. Basically, it's been a year since I started this journey, and it has been difficult, it's been hard, it has been frustrating and just like emotionally draining, but it is the most rewarding thing that I've ever done, and I would do it again and again and again if I had to, because even though it was extremely difficult, I am so grateful for everything that I learned, for all the people that I've met along the way, clients and fellow photographers in the realm of photography on Instagram. Oh my god, that was stupid. But I wouldn't change anything ever of what I did. And I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I have some really exciting plans for this year, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I feel like 2019 is going to be a game-changing year for me. It's gonna be like a year of growth, I feel like. So we'll see if that actually happens. I have no idea. I don't really know how to end this video. So, I mean, I guess I can say thank you, you know? Yeah, let's do that. Let's say thank you. But this year has been amazing and difficult at the same time. And amazing doesn't even cover how great it's been. But I could not be doing what I'm doing without you guys and without the love and support that I get on a daily basis. And you know, it might seem like a really small act to just like a picture on Instagram or comment an emoji on somebody's picture, but to me it's a big deal. I am, you know, putting all this love into my work, and it's basically me, you know, that you guys are seeing on Instagram and on my website and all that stuff. You know, I put so much of myself in my business that it means the world to me when I get, you know, comments and likes and stuff from you guys, which it seems so unimportant when I really think about it. Like, it's Instagram, it's an app, but you know, that's how I reach out to people, that's how I connect with people, that's how I find future clients, and it's a big deal. It makes a huge difference. Like a huge difference. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for always being there and supporting me and giving me kind words of encouragement, because it helps every single day. So here is to 1 year down, and hopefully many, many more to come. Thank you for being here with me along this crazy ride. And if you made it to the end of this video, cool. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. Editing style for passing all of the windmills, the huge wind turbines, windmills. It's just a windmill. Windmill? I don't know. Thank you for being along with, damn it. And I will see you guys soon. Bye. That was probably stupid. Yeah, that was probably stupid. My nails look real bad too. Did I have crumb on my face that whole time? Oh my god, I'm gonna be so mad. This makes me want to do like the Disney Channel thing. Oh, I don't have a pen. But it's basically like, my name's Lindsay Schoening and you're watching Disney Channel. You know? You get it? Yeah? Okay. Bye!